have drones that are flying above the course, and they are basically like our eye in the sky. And those drones are recording. So if there is maybe somebody that wants to petition saying I didn't cut that person off, it's all on record. It's all recorded. The officials will go through and they will relook at that, just like in an NFL replay, and make sure that the penalty that they have assessed does stay. 99.9%, well, that's funny with the car star going out, is going to stand. Once they make that penalty, it will stand.
So we are getting ready to go racing here in our Heat 3A. We are right now about 2 minutes and 15 seconds away from our start. And this is when we like to take an opportunity to formally introduce the 4 boats that will come out in our Heat 3A, presented for Seafair by Oberto Specialty Meats Company. Our first boat is U1 Delta Reel Track, driven by our 2018 Seafair champion, Andrew Tate.
And the Lord came down and put a spoon in my mouth. It tasted so bad.
Andrew is going to be joined, as he was in 2A, he's going to be joined again in Heat 3A with the U6, the powder blue and white Miss HomeStreet, driven by Jimmy Shane.
And I've set up and tore down this stage with my own 2 hands. We've traveled this land, packed tight in minivans. And all this for the fans, girls, money, and fame.
Our third boat in Heat 3A, presented by Oberto Specialty Meats, is the Graham Trucking presents Beacon Plumbing. The driver, J. Michael Kelly. Rounding out our 4-boat field is the U98 Graham Trucking American Dream. The driver, Corey Peabody. I mentioned Heat 3A is sponsored by the Oberto Specialty Meats Company. It is Heat 3A. This is the last chance, Nate Brown, for these 4 drivers, Andrew Tate, Jimmy Shane, J. Michael Kelly, and Corey Peabody, to earn points to get into that final heat. You were talking about guys who needed good draws, bad draws, difficult draws because they need points. Corey Peabody needs some points, and that's a tough draw for him.
Yeah, it is. And unfortunately for Corey, he's just got to start and finish and do the best he can and get some exposure for a sponsor and get some experience too. Like I told him in person, you're not going to become a better driver when you're driving a fast boat. You're only good when you're driving a slow boat.
That's exactly right. All right, we're coming up on 10 seconds to the 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Gun. Now it's time to go boat racing. Here's who will be racing in Heat 3A, presented for Seafair by Oberto Specialty Meats. Seafair thanks HomeStreet Bank, proud sponsor of the HomeStreet Bank Cup. The start of Heat 3A is just a few minutes away. Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water while the hydros are on the Ted Jones racecourse. Now, it's time to get out on the water and enjoy the world's fastest hydroplanes. 3A, presented for Seafair by Oberto Specialty Meats.
Thank you very much, Kay Brewer. Looking at the clock, you're right on time. 4 minutes to the start of Heat 3A, presented to Seafair by Oberto Specialty Meats. We've gone down the list a couple of times. Let's do it again. Let's start with U1 Delta Reel Track. The driver, Andrew Tate, the predominantly white boat. It is just coming off the exit buoy of the corner on the south end of the race course and starting up the backstretch. It is trimmed in fluorescent orange and yellow. And the driver, Andrew Tate from Walled Lake, Michigan. Entering the south turn right now, the predominantly blue boat, trimmed in white, the Miss HomeStreet. It is U6. It is owned by the citizens of Madison, Indiana. The driver, Jimmy Shane from Maple Valley, Washington. He is about a third of the way up the backstretch. From Bonnie Lake, Washington, J. Michael Kelly. He will sit behind the wheel of the all-red U12. Graham Trucking presents Beacon Plumbing. The all-red boat is trimmed in black and silver, and he is coming down the front straightaway. Just made a move to the left a little bit, I think, to get into lane 1. it almost looked like he had a notion of cutting the race course, and that would have been an illegal maneuver from where he was, because you've got to cut the front to back down here at the lower end of the course. I doubt that was the case. He's going to come all the way down. Rounding out our field from Kent, Washington, Corey Peabody, driving the U98, the red, white, and blue Graham Trucking American Dream. That boat is red, white, and blue. Where's Corey? Corey's about halfway up the backstretch right now in front of the log boom. So Peabody, Kelly, Shane, and Tate. Here we go again, Nate. See if we can keep them from bumping each other this time.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. I don't see what's going on a whole lot here, except that Jimmy just kind of popped on the inside of Andrew, and see what happens coming up here. Is he going to get taken away again?
Yeah, well, when he popped into that inside lane, the boat leaped out of the water on him. He had the nose about 5 or 6 feet out of the water, and now he's losing some power there. He might get a warning there. We'll monitor the radio. He dropped way down, Nate.
Yeah, I think you're a little bit like that before you get a warning, and he did just fine on that one. He's just getting a mark. The corners, where these skid fins leave, if you look out there, if you're on the beach here, see the white caps in the corners? Those are all created by the skid fins. So they're just huge. They're like 1.5 foot deep rollers.
1:42 until the start, so we'll look for these guys to come off the top end of the race course and come right down the front straightaway. I think we're seeing J. Michael Kelly do some of that back and forth that we've seen him do here last year, and a lot of the guys have been doing on the race course. Saw Andrew Tate doing a lot of it last week, just going from an inside lane to an outside lane just to scruff off time, because they're going to get down here at 1:20.
Yeah, no shenanigans this time. They're all kind of settling in. Yeah, you're going to have Jimmy Shane in lane 1. You're going to have J. Michael Kelly in lane 2, Andrew Tate in lane 3, and Corey Peabody in lane 4.
Yep, and Andrew's going to hang back here. He is going to do as Kay Brewer was pointing out. He's going to try and hang behind everybody and get a rolling start to come down here to start-finish line, which will happen in 56 seconds. We're inside 1 minute to the start of Heat 3A, presented by Oberto Specialty Meats. So up the backstretch, once again, J. Michael Kelly driving the 12. The Graham Trucking presents Beacon Plumbing. He's in 1. Jimmy Shane in the Miss HomeStreet is in 2. It looks like Peabody is on the far outside, and Andrew is going to park in lane number 3 and have a lot of real estate to work with, Nate.
He's going to do the same thing. He's going to try to get a rolling start on the outside and do what Jimmy Shane did the first heat. So you can tell right now the other guys are just a smidgy early, and they're not going to be a full head of steam. And Andrew, unfortunately, kind of crept up there a little bit early. I think he could have held back a little bit.
Driving around, Jimmy Shane would be a tall order.
He's got to get on it now.
15 seconds until the start. Now we're inside that. They square up and come down. It is Kelly in 1, Shane in 2, Tater in 3, and Peabody on the outside. We're 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Mark. They are across the start-finish line. Jimmy Shane again's got the jump on the field. The start has been ruled good by the officials. Now we'll see if he gets dividends, he being J. Michael Kelly on the inside. But it was a lot of boat speed in that powder blue Miss HomeStreet. And you see he's got about a 2-boat length lead on J. Michael Kelly. They get to the exit pin and start down the backstretch. This looks like a rerun of Heat 2A. Jimmy Shane just flying down the backstretch. He is driving away from JMK. And on the outside, buried in the rooster tail, is Andrew Tate. Nate, whoa, he looks really hot.
Wow, I'll tell you what, Jimmy Shane just took a really rough corner down there. I hope everything's okay. He lost some ground. The JMK is going to sneak up a little bit on the inside. But yeah, Jimmy Shane took a hop down there. He's flying that thing, though. Look at him coming up.
Coming down here to put one in the books. And Shane, yes, if he had a problem, he has got it figured back out. But now the race is going to be for second and third, because look at Andrew Tate on the far outside. Tate is going to pull up with a couple of boat lengths at JMK. Again, it's just like 2A, Nate, because Andrew's got to drive a huge race course where JMK's sitting in lane 1.
Yep, JMK's in some slop, and Andrew's going to be out in some smooth water. And if he hangs in there and that finds a smooth lane out there fairly close to that roller, he's going to be able to beat JMK, but he's got to hold it in as tight as he can. There you look at him. He's pulling in front right now.
He just flew by him up the backstretch, but now they get up to the top end of the course, and JMK is able to stay tight on the buoy row, but Andrew Tate's got better water, but he's on the far outside. Meanwhile, Jimmy Shane comes off the top end of the race course. He will come down. He will get the white flag, meaning 1 more to go. It's been a perfect weekend so far for Jimmy Shane, but look at our race for second place. Second place now clearly belongs to Andrew Tate in the U1, the Delta Reel track.
We got something come apart on.
Yeah,
the cowling is hanging up on his wing.
It is. The cowling has come off of the U12, and there's no cover over the engine. That's why it looks very low profile, but that cowling is hanging on the horizontal stabilizer.
he's got the inner cowling hanging on the horizontal stabilizer. All he's got to do is limp it around this corner. I know his crew is going, come on, hang in there. Do not lose that intermediate cowling, because you got to build another one if you don't have one.
So he can take it easy and come home in third place and take his 225 third place points. He will be in great shape to make it into the final. Meanwhile, our leader, and he has dominated this set of boats in 2 back-to-back heats in 2A, this time in 3A, presented by Oberto Specialty Meats. Jimmy Shane driving him his HomeStreet, the U6, a dominant victory here, and he has sent a message. I can beat you guys on the outside. Give me an inside lane, I can handle that too. His timing marks are right on. And it's Andrew Tate. He comes down and will pick up a second place. JMK, exactly as our Nate Brown said, they want him to just limp it back, and that is what he is doing. And it looks like he's going to bring the parts back.
I don't know how he still has that cowling on there, but like you said, and you want to get the team wants that thing in there. You can see them anxiously out here on the dock waiting for Jamie Michael Kelly to bring it in. And it brings new meaning to this. Jimmy Shane won that heat, but boats were tearing apart trying to keep up with him. But J. Michael Kelly able to hold on to that. And you know what, though? I have a feeling there's going to be some